I was looking for you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Well, at least someone's
That's
looking for you.
Can I take 5 minutes of your time?
Sure, sure. Great.
Uh,
I'll give you time, guys, to
Okay, thank you.
say anything.
could you tell me about yourself?
Um, you mean my, like, I'm a kind of a loud guy. I'm an outgoing guy.
Easygoing guy.
I'm easygoing until
Yeah.
I have my issues, I guess, but I come from a very good family, a Christian family, but they always taught me to have an open mind about people and not discriminate and not you know not disqualify anybody.
Prejudge anybody on something.
Yeah, unless they were really evil people,
Mhm.
But I was taught never to believe rumors and lies. Always to find out for myself. But yeah, I had a typical Catholic family. My mom was Protestant, and I was brought up both ways. I became a choir boy and an altar boy and a junior server. And by 12 years old, at 12, 13, I wanted to become a priest. I
Really?
did, yeah. I was leading towards that, and then I became a junior server. And I'm not going to tell you details, but I've seen things in the church that just turned me off. But I kept my faith, and I kept praying, and certain things in my life I'm not proud of, but I changed quite a bit. I was in the army, military and that, and then I came out west from Montreal to out west here, and I got married, and we didn't work out, and she's all right. She's in Alberta, and she's doing all right. I divorced her, and I moved here to Burns Lake. I thought everything was going good. I used to go to church and everything else. I prayed, and things happened, and I lost my job, and I was in the wrong people, wrong time. And then for about 9 years, just things got really terrible. And, really terrible. Then I got angry, very angry for almost 9 years, 8 years. And I lost my job, no work, no nothing. I started a company, firewood and renovations. And that wasn't going nowhere. I was stuck in the bush and trying to eat, just to eat. Anyways, I denounced God. There was no God. I came to the conclusion there was no God. And I cursed him. I used every blasphemy word in the book against him, and things really got worse. Really bad. So, one day getting a load of wood for a customer, I got stuck in the bush with my truck, and it was minus 38, and I couldn't go nowhere. I tried getting the truck out and everything else, and I wasn't really dressed for it. Frost bit my ears and frost bit my fingertips, and ran out of gas, the whole 9 yards. I just looked up. I said, if you are a God, show me something, guide me somewhere. So thankfully someone drove by with a little bit of gas, and they pulled me out, gave me a little bit of gas to get to town at least. So I lived without power and running water or anything. But I had a DVD player that I used to plug in my cigarette lighter and watch movies. And I watched every movie that the library had. You get them for free in Burns Lake. And Burns Lake is Christian territory, and there was one Muslim doctor there, I just found out, and he didn't last there very long. He took off. So
Well, but hold on. Why cigarette lighter?
what's that?
Why?
A cigarette lighter? Well,
Why
for
do you-
power. For power. You know
Oh,
a cigarette lighter? You take your cigarette lighter out.
Yeah, yeah.
Plug in power.
I mean, you don't have power.
No, I didn't have power. No, nothing. No, nothing. So it just powered my vehicle, right?
Just shelter, no power, no.
Yeah, that's
no
right.
water.
And living out a sleeping bag. I was really rough. But anyways, I walked in the library and I seen all the videos, and there was about 5 videos left. They were all gone. It was around just after Christmas in January last year, 2011. And so there was one on Islam. And like everybody else, I didn't know Islam was a religion. I thought it was a region. You know, if you were from Afghanistan
Yeah.
or you know,
Islamabad. or
yeah, you know, you're Islam, the Islamic world, because of the media and everything else. I didn't have anything against anybody, just that the title Islamic was a region to me. So I picked up the DVD, and it was a documentary. And I slapped it in and I watched it that night. And I really don't know what it is. It was something that sparked me. And I had friends on Facebook, so I started talking to Facebook. And I asked them questions I wanted to know. And all they did, they didn't tell me nothing. They didn't answer my questions. All they did was find a Quran. I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere here. In Christian territory. There is no Quran. Where am I going to get a Quran? Well, find it on the internet. Find something on the internet. You have to read. Like it's, you know, it's not like any Christian belief. There's no pamphlets handed out. There's no door knocking. Oh, have you been saved? There's nothing like that. That's what kind of intrigued me about it. More I try to find out about Islam. But anyways, I turn around and here's I turn around. I went to the library, and there's a couple of Quran books, Holy Qurans, and they're not, when they're translated, they're not Holy Quran books. They're the meaning of Quran, but some of them don't have the Arabic in it. Like you can see right here, you have the translation, Arabic, and some don't have the explanation underneath as well. So if you could see that you have the Quran verses, then you have the English translation, then the meaning of what it's supposed to be saying. So I just picked this one up, and it was in the library. In the library, there was two of them. One didn't have the Arabic in it. This one had the Arabic in it. In Burns Lake. In Burns Lake. Honest, you could go there, and it has very little. You know, it has a lot about Christian books and everything else. Then I picked up a couple more books. If anybody is just for historical, you know, and a better understanding, it's called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Understanding Islam. And let me tell you, it explains, it debunks myths. And both these, and this one here, some people learn it in history, in school. It's Critical Lives, and it's about Muhammad. And it's the same publisher, or the same writer as Complete Idiot's Guide, which is Yahya Emmerich, and very, very popular and very, my understanding is very well accredited. But anyways, I started reading the Quran, and I actually cried. I really cried. So more I read the Quran, and I had questions about verses. I asked my Muslim friends on Facebook. Then they started explaining it to me a little bit more. They knew that I was actually reading it for myself. So more I read it, more they explained to me. Then they all said don't just believe it, try to disprove it. And the more I tried to disprove it, the more I couldn't disprove it. I had four Christian books, one Jehovah's Witness, one King James Version. I had 3 different King James versions, all saying different things, different words in the Bible, and Jehovah's Witness Bible. And the Quran, I looked at more Qurans on the internet and everything else, and they all say the same thing. Translations are a little different, but when you read the Arabic, it's all the same. It has to be the same. So it was intrigued me that way. It intrigued me with people not forcing me and not saying, well, have you been saved or anything else. And the more I read the Quran, more, as a Christian, I believe all Christians have doubt. The Trinity, baptism, and everything else. And but they put it beside them all those questions will be answered when I meet God, right? Well, the Quran has those answers. For me, it had those answers. It clarified a lot of things in me. So anyways, the more I read it, the more I found out about Islam, the more I wanted to become Islam. I wanted to become a Muslim. Muslim is being a servant of Allah, slave of Allah. So I asked online, my friends, I had about 80 Muslim friends, and they all said, this is all you have to say. I said, what, no christening, no nothing? Well, no, you don't have to baptize because you're going to be baptized 5 times a day every time you pray. You know, you have to wash 5 times a day. So that even intrigued me more so. All I said was, La ilaha Allah, Muhammad Rasulullah, and I became Muslim on the internet. So my finances didn't allow me to come here at Prince George, but for a whole year I struggled in going to a mosque. I was thinking of Edmonton or down in Vancouver now, but mashallah, the mosque in Prince George, it opened up last year in September, and I really struggled to come here. And about a month ago now, I decided my company collapsed and everything else. Was going really good, but I put $70, $60 of gas in my pocket. And I had $10 left in my pocket, and I came here, and spiritually, I'm so. No, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I came here. Brothers here are very good. And, you know, they take care of you not only physically but emotionally and spiritually. And I'm not trying to change anybody's religion. All I'm trying to say is, please, before you hear the media and before you hear, listen to the brainwashing, just have an open mind and try to get to know. The one of the main things in Quran is we can't put anybody down. We can't force anybody to change their minds. And we have a covenant with Allah not to destroy any churches or synagogues or anyone else. Peace. And what it says in the Quran is find common ground. Let's find common ground. And our motto is peace. And if truly the Christian way is peace and the Hebrew way is peace, let's sit down, find common ground. You don't have to show up and be Islam. Let's just sit down and try to get along, find you know, just I feel blessed that I have been guided to Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. You know, Allah guides who He wills, you know, the way He wills. So that's.
We are so glad that you are here.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you
you.
for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.